Video opens with a charismatic speaker on stage, addressing an audience of medical professionals. The lighting is warm and focused. The speaker's tone is passionate, yet intimate. Listen to me. Look around this room. You are the brightest minds, the most skilled hands, the pillars of our healthcare system. You've memorized textbooks thicker than your arm, mastered procedures that would make most people faint, and dedicated your lives to the noble pursuit of saving others. But I'm here today to talk about a tool that isn't found in any medical bag, a procedure that isn't taught in any surgical theater, and a power that resides not in your brilliant minds, but in your human hearts. I'm here to talk about empathy. Empathy is the heartbeat of true healing. It is the invisible, yet palpable, current that flows between you and the person sitting before you, vulnerable and afraid. It is the silent acknowledgement that you see more than just a collection of symptoms or a name on a chart. You see a human being, a parent, a child, a friend whose world has been turned upside down by illness. When you connect on that level, you do more than just diagnose. You begin to mend the spirit, and that is where the most profound healing takes place. Medicine can treat the body, but empathy is what allows the soul to feel seen and start its own journey toward wholeness. Decades from now, your patient's woe won't recall the exact dosage of the medication you prescribed or the complex name of their diagnosis, but I guarantee you, they will remember your kindness more than your prescriptions. They will tell stories about the doctor who sat down, who held their hand, who looked them in the eye and said, "I'm here with you." They will remember the gentle tone of your voice, the reassuring smile that cut through their fear. The moment you made them feel like a person, not a problem. That memory, that feeling of being cared for, will be a part of their healing story forever. It is the legacy you leave behind, far more powerful than any clinical achievement. Never underestimate the therapeutic power of your attention. Listening heals as much as medicine does. In the rush of your demanding schedules, it's easy to focus solely on the physical data to lab results, the chart notes, the scan images. But the real story is often found in the pauses, in the hesitant words, in what is left unsaid. When you truly listen, you offer your patients a sacred space to unload their burdens of fear, anxiety, and uncertainty. In that space, they feel heard, validated, and less alone. That act of dedicated listening can lower blood pressure, ease anxiety, and give them the mental fortitude to face the treatment ahead. It is a prescription of presence, and its effects are immeasurable. In the sacred relationship between a doctor and a patient, empathy builds trust. Trust is the foundation upon which all successful treatment is built. Without it, a patient may not follow your advice, may not disclose crucial symptoms, and may not believe in their own capacity to get better. Empathy is the bridge that closes the gap between your expertise and their fear. When a patient feels that you genuinely care about their well-being, that you understand their perspective, they will place their trust in you completely. This trust is not given lightly. It is earned through every compassionate interaction, every patient question, and every moment you choose understanding over authority. Your role extends far beyond the physical realm. A caring doctor creates emotional recovery. You are not just mending broken bones. You are mending broken spirits. When you deliver difficult news with compassion, you are cushioning the blow. When you celebrate a small victory with genuine joy, you are fueling their hope. When you acknowledge their struggle, you are validating their resilience. This emotional support system you create is just as critical as the sterile field of an operating room. It gives your patients the emotional strength to endure treatments, to fight infections, and to believe in a future beyond their illness. You are a catalyst for both physical and emotional healing. A diagnosis without compassion is a hollow victory. A treatment plan without understanding is a mechanical process. Medicine without empathy is incomplete. You can have all the knowledge in the world, access to the most advanced technology, and the steadiest hands in the operating room, but if you cannot connect with the suffering human being in front of you, you are practicing an incomplete form of medicine. Empathy is the ingredient that transforms the science of medicine into the art of healing. It is what makes your practice whole, resonant, and truly effective. It is the soul of your profession. So, I urge you, cultivate this power. Compassion is your strongest medical skill. It is stronger than any scalpel, more potent than any drug, and more precise than any diagnostic tool. It requires no new technology, no additional budget, only the conscious decision to open your heart. It is the skill that will prevent your burnout, that will give meaning to your longest days, and that will remind you why you chose this path in the first place. It is the renewable energy source that will fuel your career for decades to come, enriching your life as much as it enriches the lives of those you serve. In every consultation, in every examination room, remember, tis the best doctors feel before they treat. Before you analyze the symptoms, fail to fear. Before you devise a plan, fail to obey. Before you speak, feel the weight of your words. Allow yourself a moment to connect with the humanity of the person who has placed their life in your hands. This is not a weakness. It is your greatest strength. It is the source of your intuition, the guide for your communication, and the core of your healing presence. Every single day, you have the opportunity to change a life, not just with your skills, but with your spirit. Healing begins with understanding. It begins the moment a patient feels that you truly see them, that you are walking beside them on their journey, and that their well-being is the singular focus of your heart and mind. That is the moment the true work begins. That is the moment despair turns to hope and fear turns to fight. So go out there and be brilliant, be skilled, be dedicated, but above all, be human. Because your empathy is what makes you not just a doctor, it is what makes you a healer. Tank. Yo.